You hit that, son. You better hit it.
Well, the title says, "Where in the world is Tom Grossi?" I'm at my house. So
it looks like you're at
not for long. NFL, baby. I just realized I forgot to set it on public. I am already fumbling.
Set it on public.
That's definitely a cold open.
Crushing it right now. Folks, we ain't late. Welcome to another edition of Clickbait. We got a 3-man show today. Scooter is off saving the world or something. Perna's still on vacation or whatever the heck that is called. And so, instead, we are joined by 5-point vids dripped out right now in a phenomenal uniform.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. That looks even better than the red that we had last year, and those were pretty sick. But this is
honestly, those are really cool. Like, I really
like it's what the kids call fire.
Yes.
I think
look at the banner I got, the flag I have in the back.
Oh yeah, I got one from I got one from him too. I got to figure out where to put it.
Yeah,
it is lit AF, as the kids would say.
Yeah,
Speaking of
AF.
Lots of Riz, as the kids say.
Yeah. Speaking of Riz, 5, did we get any matches on our dating profile?
Oh yeah, I guess I gotta look at that. There were no matches, but I will unveil the number of likes that I received.
Okay,
That's
we'll
fair
take that.
enough.
While he does that,
was not
speaking of the
swiping.
Riz master, we got Mr. Urinating Tree rizzing it up down there. Tree, how we doing?
I wouldn't call it Riz, but I'm doing all right, man. I mean, another day is flying by, working on the vids, but I think I'm not really the star of the show. It's this man right here, Mr. Tom Grossi, who's got a big event happening around the world, just announced it yesterday. Lots of positive reception I'm seeing. I'm looking forward to it myself. What are you most excited about on this trip?
Probably, I mean, besides like going to, I counted it during Friday Night Q&A. I think it was like 24 of these states, like, or cities I've never been to. Like, I've driven through them, but like I've never been in them. So it's that, and then honestly, these in real life raids, I am very, very much looking forward to, because we gonna do a lot of that chaotic good, baby.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know. Like, let's just put it this way: suppose you pack the entire area and it just fills up. So, like, do you expect that, or do you expect just a small gathering, or do you expect just chaos?
That's the best part. Like, I don't know. So, like, I was telling these guys before the show started. So, going into this, I announced first night of the draft that this was going to happen, and since then, it like kind of sent everything into overdrive. Like, trying to talk to teams, and some teams I have on board, and they are like ecstatic. I have like social media teams that are like, we are going to plug this and like, we're going to do this, and this. And I was like, yes, some teams are super accommodating and it's fantastic. And then there are a bunch of teams that just never got back to me and have no idea that I'm coming. So it's kind of this perfect balance of just like, hey, there's going to be some awesome stadium aspects where we get like behind the scenes look. And then if we aren't able to in that particular city, which we might not know until day of, then we're just going to like show off the city and the people. So like, I think either way, it's going to make for some awesome content.
I did want to ask, I know you have a bunch of push goals you're going out for. Jackson DeVille, Haunted Mansion, I think Buffalo, going through a table in Buffalo. Which one are you most like subtly looking forward to if it hits?
Okay, so looking forward to?
Yes.
Okay, because there's ones I'm dreading. I'm not going to lie. Like, there's ones
I'm looking from your video. I think the skydiving one you're dreading the most.
So the sky jump one is going to be, that's a $750,000 goal. So like, thankfully it's like a real big push goal. So the way that it's set up is it's location based. So as we go along and as like the fundraiser keeps running, it's like an incentive for people to donate. So for example, like Buffalo, if I get there and we have hit $50,000, I'm going through a table, which I'm not going to lie. Like that might be the one I'm the most excited about, because like, just
that sounds really fun.
It really does. Right. And if I break something, it's even better.
Hey,
so
if it hits $100,000, you go over a table on fire.
Yeah, so like Jackson DeVille, like that's the clickbait punishment, but it's a million times worse because it's going to be like mid to late June in the Floridian heat in a yellow unitard, and I was hot down here wearing it. So that's gonna be miserable. But I'm not gonna lie, the tattoo one, that's why it's at $1 million. I hate needles. I'm terrified of needles because of a kid. I kept getting poked with them, so developed a phobia. Yeah, it's not gonna be. It was funny. I went to the barber today, and he's like all sleeved up. He's like all tatted up, and he's just like, "It hurts. Like, I'm just gonna tell you, it hurts." I was like, "Oh, but I hear of certain areas." He's like, "No, it's gonna hurt."
No, I mean, you're dealing with skin. You're dealing with that pressure, and it's going to take a while for it to heal. I think it takes like at least 6 to 8 months to fully heal. If I'm remember correctly.
Right. Can't wait. Can't.
Hot sauce. Oh, that's very hot. Which hot sauce are they going for here?
So here's the thing. So in KC, back in December, we did a Hot Ones episode. We did for the fundraiser. And we had Da Bomb, which is like that one on Hot Ones that like is insane. They make that in Kansas City. And apparently they have hotter things. So if we hit $500,000 for St. Jude before I get there, I'm going to eat the hottest thing that they have. So, yeah, that's going to be
the hottest thing.
That's going to be problematic, probably, but it's fine. Oh, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine.
I mean, you'll die for a couple hours, but I mean, you'll be fine. It's good. It's for the content, dude. It's for the content.
Go ahead. I think if people don't show up, that's also content. Like that's.
Dude, it just gets intimate and comfy. That's nothing.
We're all here all by myself. All right, so I got 4 likes out of.
You
got 4 likes?
Yeah, they're all blurred. You have to pay for premium to see who likes you. But when you consider that this is my default here, and then a fake picture of me, and then my salty face. So all the other ones got like removed.
But they didn't take down that fake picture.
They kept that one, but
that was a quality shot.
Fabio one and the whatever one else. So I should activate Spotlight, should I not? But I got 4. So 4 women found me attractive.
There we go.
Even with the fake profile. But I think what was y'all's over under though?
I said 5. So
so
sure. I think
you were wrong. Yeah, 2. That's pretty close.
Okay.
I think Scooter had over. He took over.
Where's the dolphin picture?
Oh yeah, I don't know if that one got eliminated too or something.
That's the real one though. Why did that one go?
I don't know.
So they kept the Photoshop one, but they were like, the dolphin one's got to go.
Yeah, this is fake. And that man is nowhere near a dolphin. That's BS.
Ooh, I love peanut butter. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for it. But there's also announced before we get into more 30 and 30.
And that channel's go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to promote you. What are you wearing?
Yes.
Explain.
So last year in Burlington, North Carolina, we played a summer league team, which is all D1 studs. A lot of future pros have come from that area. It's in a minor league baseball stadium. They were a minor league baseball stadium for
the Royals for
a long time. Yeah. And they kicked our ass. I've been training for a whole year now. I went out and got a bunch of ringers, a bunch of excellent ball players, and Tree, of course, will be there.
I mean, I'll be pretty bad, but I mean, as I said, like you brought in some big guys. I mean, you still have baseball bros coming, King of JUCO. You brought in guys
baseball that Will's not coming, but we got.
He's going to Portland. People. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then we have a second game, but my house is full of these jerseys here. This is 69. Eric's.
Very nice.
Yeah, King of JUCO will be there. He's going to be our starting pitcher. But yeah, these jerseys are dripped out. We're talking with the maker. Maybe we open these up. We're going to be selling the hats for sure.
Oh, dude! So, as I said, they're worth it.
Be on the lookout for these hats. I traced this logo. I vectorized it. I put the YouTube logo on there, and we're gonna have a gay old time.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Now, 5. You mentioned that you've been training for a year. If you are able to get a hit off of what is likely to be a future MLB player. Is it just going to be like, I am putting this on my resume? It's going on my LinkedIn. It's going on my Twitter, like you're never going to live it down.
I'll probably cry. The amount of work I've put in over the last year just to look like I don't expect to get a hit. I mean, facing a pro pitcher is tough no matter what. a month ago, I went out to Arizona and I faced an ex big leaguer, and he was throwing 90 miles an hour, and I fouled him off. So I think, I mean, I want to be competitive. It's just about comfort, you know. It's about comfort and having fun. But if I get a base hit, like I might cry, you know. Like it's just that's the culmination of a lot of hard work. I think having goals is important in life.
Like
for
you've
sure.
built yourself up a long way, especially from your past form. I mean, like if I get a base hit, I'm just gonna shit myself. I'll just be like, I actually got a hit. Really?
Yeah, I think the only way that you get on base, Tree, is if they hit you with the baseball.
No, I'll get on base if I like just embarrass myself, and I'll just do it out of pity. That's what's gonna happen.
The most likely thing to happen.
Now, 5, your reaction if Tree just lucks himself into a hit and you don't get a hit? Like, is that just like you're breaking the bat right there? Like all the training and Tree just showed up and he's like, hey guys,
I've been trying to train for like the past month. I've been trying to do like every day on the tee in the cage. I've been trying to hammer out my form. I'm still gonna suck, but I want to suck less. That's
that would be very funny, but I would think that that's probably the most unlikely scenario to happen. Because even if Tree were to somehow muscle a ball into the outfield, he would still have to run to first base, and they would have a chance at throwing it in and getting him out as well. So the odds are against Tree, but if he gets hit by a pitch, I think that would be a massive W.
I mean, if I get hit in the face and have to be taken to the hospital, I'm taking one for the team.
Content, baby. It's the content.
That's premium content. Like, you know what? Hey, I got a concussion. My temple's probably destroyed. I probably brain damage. But you know what? I took a 100-mile-per-hour heater to the jaw. All's good. I'm fine with it.
So,
that's all that matters.
I mean, all right. So Tree's been practicing. And then like you said, you got some heavy hitters. Are they different from last year? Because I know you brought out some. Juco was really good last year, right?
So last year I was Eric Sim, king of JUCO. He's an ex-minor league player. He actually made it all the way to Double-A.
That's awesome.
He's both a pitcher and a catcher, and he's really good. Okay, like what's crazy about baseball is like he's really good and didn't make it past Double-A. And then I've got a bunch of other players. I've got College Burnout who played in college. He's big on TikTok. I've got some ringers from Tread Athletics. They're a baseball like coaching facility in North Carolina. So I've got a starting catcher from them. I've got a couple pitchers, and then I've got Mark Giraffe Neck Mark will be there. Foolish Baseball is going to be there. Some guys that came last year. We got some players this year. So the Swingman. He's this guy that he played in the minor leagues as well, and he played in the Orioles system. His real name is Jeremy Nowak. And he's like a long drive competition guy. So he just posts videos of him hitting nukes. So we'll have a player shot. We'll have an honest shot at this.
Because no one got a hit last year, right?
No. One guy who wasn't able to make it this year, Corey, baseball quotes, he hit one that was deep. Like he was a good player. He was the only one that like put it in play.
He had a home run BP. I remember that.
Yeah. He had a bunch of home runs. So did Will, and so did Eric. But he's not actually. Corey's not able to make it this year. But yeah, nobody. We did get a couple base runners though. We got one guy got a walk, and then
SRS Mike. He has like a 500 on base percentage or something. Like
that.
Yeah,
he got hit by a pitch too. He got hit right in the ribs. He wore that one, and then Baseball Bat Bros took one off the foot. And he got on base. So we're excited. And Giraffe Neck Mark did foul one off. So you got to take these little victories where you can, Listen, go ahead.
No, if you get like one hit, like I feel like you're golden. You're just like, listen, we did what we wanted to do.
I think we'll be competitive, especially on the mound. Like I think for the first 6, maybe even so, it's going to be a 7-inning game. We only played 4 innings last year because we got really tired, and
we got wrecked in the 3rd inning.
We did. It was like close. Yeah. I remember commentating, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Like honestly, this is kind of impressive." And then the 3rd inning just was.
We ran.
The problem was they put me in the field, and it was just bad luck by proxy. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So like next year, if nobody gets a hit again this year, are you then gonna like start going to like little league games and being like, listen, like we're gonna scout for next year and just like try and get the next guy that could be on your team, because one of these years it's got to happen.
I would probably start bringing more ringers, more college players, more impressive players. I would probably not even take it at bat. Like if the goal is to win, like I will just,
if the goal is to win, you're keeping my ass at the airport.
Yeah. I would start uninviting people.
Yeah,
No,
you'd
the
be
goal-
like, like 5, we love you, but you're old. Get out.
The goal is to have fun, create content, bring awareness to the Burlington sock puppets. And then we're also going to Portland, Oregon. We're playing the Portland Pickles. And that one's sponsored by SeatGeek. And then Table Rock, my management company, is sponsoring both games. So they actually paid for the jerseys. And it's going to be a great old time. So we're really excited. And I'm just looking forward to it.
Definitely.
That's awesome. I mean, you guys, it was like the best kept secret, but I was telling you before the stream started, I really have been watching almost every game in this like NHL playoffs. Holy crap, man. Like it's just so good. It is so effing good. And even when it's a blowout, people are throwing garbage on the ice. So it's entertaining either way.
It's my favorite time of the year, dude. This is my favorite time of the year. And I've been saying this since I started doing this stuff. Like, Go watch the playoffs. Just watch highlights and just get the energy. Just watch. Just go watch now.
It's
That's all.
like I have no stakes in it, and it's still like really, really engaging. And and honestly, the fact that basketball is also at the same time, and like some of those games have been crazy too. It just like makes it really, really good. I was like, oh, okay, well now they're on their 20-minute break. Like, let me go over in basketball and see what's happening.
The thing with basketball that I really enjoy, some of the meltdowns and implosions of teams have been tremendous.
Oh yeah,
like tremendous.
Yeah. But it looks like we're gonna get a Denver-Miami final in basketball, and another South Florida team is already in the final. This is like 1994
96.
No, well, 94, the Rangers and the Knicks made it to the final. So this year you have likely the Heat in Southern Florida, and then the Florida Panthers play about 45 minutes away, I think, in Sunrise.
Yep.
So
about 30 minutes,
Yeah. It's basically both the native teams are representing South Florida in both final. Like they could have two parades back to back. Could be crazy.
Denver is going to be the home team, right? Because they're the higher seed.
Yes, they are the one seed.
Okay. So I was going to say it worked out, and I was like, oh god, because I think it's June 18th. I think would be the possible Game 7. And I'm going to be in Miami on June 18th. So that's either going to potentially go really, really well or not well at all. So that would be interesting.
Dude, if there's a Game 7 in Miami and you're there.
Well, it wouldn't be.
I mean, still, you'd have like watch parties.
And there'd be watch parties. That'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah, it would be dope. I'm looking forward to you going to Vegas. Like, I want to see that happen.
Never been.
Tom fracking Grossi loses all of his money on the blackjack table.
I might try to sneak up when you're in Washington outside of FedEx Field. Might bring a dumpster to start a fire in because that's what that stadium is.
You should.
Gosh. Go ahead.
No, Vegas I've never been, so I'm super excited. One of the punishments is I have to jump off a building. So if we raise $750K, and like that thing's high. Like that's really, really high. Was this next week, the game?
Next Saturday, Sunday.
No. Well, the Portland game is on July 22nd. June 4th is the date for Burlington, North Carolina. So we'll be ready then.
There you go, both of them. But yeah, all I know is like it's gonna be hot as hell in a bunch of these places that I'm going to in like late mid-June. So that's gonna be an interesting time. But yeah, I'm sure I'm going to do like a roulette thing. Like I'll put some money on it. And like, if I win, it'll go to St. Jude or something like that. But I'm actually really excited to see the Raiders Stadium because they were one of the teams that I got in contact with and they seem very, very nice. So like, we're going to rock with them and get a whole bunch of access. So it's this weird kind of thing that's happened with these teams because it's an awesome like PR opportunity, but a lot of them wonder like, who is this dude? Which makes all the sense in the world. And then the second thing is you can't film even if you're like on a stadium tour, there's a lot of things you can't film because they don't want it to just be online. And then people go, well, now I don't have to go.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that
Right.
mix of promoting it, but not showing too much. And like, I have to sign so many waivers, like to be like, I won't film this. I won't film this. But listen, honestly, like the stadium part is going to be really cool. The stadiums that I'm allowed into are going to be really, really cool. But I'm just excited to kind of get into the cities and like meet fans and things like that. I think that's going to be the highlight of the trip.
Speaking of the Raiders, are there any other teams that have really gone above and
Yes.
beyond to help you out?
Yeah, so the Seahawks contacted me this week. Their social media team is like super stoked about this. And this has happened like 3 times now, maybe even 4. I'm always like a day late or a day early on some of these places. So like, for example, like the Vikings, I'm a day early before they start doing tours. So that sucks. The Broncos, who I wanted to go to, like with partner, I'm a day late on that one because like they have a huge concert going on. So with Seattle, they have, I think there's a concert like during the day or something. And then they have a Sooners game. I think it's the Sooners, right? Is that the team over there? It's like the Sonic. I think it's the soccer.
The Nuggets.
No. I think it's like the soccer in Seattle.
Seattle Sounders.
Sounders. They love the Sounder.
But they have a game on Saturday night when I'm there. So I think I'm actually going to wind up going to that game.
Nice.
So like, that's really cool. So the Seattle's been really good. The Tennessee has been super duper nice. I've really appreciated their help too. So yeah, I mean, like we're going to make it happen. Like I'm super stoked to go to a bunch of these stadiums, and I might be able to get into these stadiums in other ways too, if there's like other events going on. So yeah, that'll be good.
They're not playing the Portland Timbers that night, are they? Because they are big rivals in MLS. That's the reason why I asked.
Ooh. All right.
There's rivalries in the MLS.
Oh yeah, LAFC and LA Red Bulls.
Oh yeah,
New York Red Bulls, NYCFC, like a bunch of them, dude.
So
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for the stadium aspects. And then, like I said, like there's just I think it's like 24 of these cities I've never been to. So it's just going to be a really unique experience. And I think even if like for the in real life raids, if not a ton of people show up, it's still going to be cool. Cause then it's just more of like an intimate fan meetup and we just like rock and roll for a little bit. And we still help a business. So I just don't see how this goes poorly in one way or another, because even if, and I was telling you guys about this, even if like nobody watches this thing, we're going to raise so much money for charity and we're going to get so much good content. Like I'm happy and it's going to be an amazing experience. So it's a win-win either way. Some of that will happen. Yes. Like Wildflower in DC. Could happen.
Definitely.
Could happen.
What's your first destination? I forget. I saw the video today. Where are you going first?
Green Bay, Wisconsin, baby.
Oh
Green
boy,
Bay.
you're
Yeah, we
starting
started
off
Lambeau.
the tizzle.
Yep.
Wow.
We started day one is
Obviously, no
Lambeau,
favoritism at all.
and then day 2 is the Vikings.
Now, have any of the stadiums agreed to let you out onto the field? Because sometimes they can be very particular about that. Like
Yeah, so
they're
some
like,
there's field access. Yeah, so some there are.
Ooh.
Others they're like a concert. So for example, like MetLife, I booked a tour with them, but they have an Ed Sheeran tour. So like they're still be setting up. So like I can't film any of that stuff because like they signed a contract. You're not allowed to show any of that stuff. So
You should have Tree send you that Ed Sheeran jacket and you could wear it and impress him.
Oh,
I think I
man.
still know
but
where
I'm
it is.
leaving
It's not
so
at this
soon.
house, but it's you know
just-
what? I can drive up and send it to you.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's don't
Like,
worry about it.
is it after Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it is, I could send it to you. I could just give it to you right there.
Is it? I
Yeah,
don't know. I have to double check.
I don't know. Like I tell you what, wherever
Yeah.
you are, I'll rate it, and I'll just be like,
I
hey,
think-
here, have the Sheeran jacket.
I think if you go to Seattle, if you have a punishment lined up, you should have to recreate the Fail Mary if they give you field access.
So I was talking to them. I was because so here's the problem. They said, hey, we have these things when you're here, so we can't give you like the full experience that we would want to. So they said, is it possible that you could fly in the night before and we will give you a night tour of the stadium? And I was like, that would be amazing, right? The problem is the night before, it is the furthest destination. And I've had that fan event locked up since like the first week. It's in Denver with Perna. So I don't think I'm going to be able to make it in time for them. They're like, you come at like 10 p.m. I think there's no flights that are going to get me there in time, and I can still do the fan events. So it's going to be challenging, but listen, we're still going to make it rock. I'm still trying and
private
finagle
jets.
things.
That's how you do it. Go get Roger Goodell, give him a call, be like, hey, I need your private jet to fly me out to Seattle. I need a stadium to tour. That's how you do it.
I wish. Yeah, ain't no private jets here. No.
Tom Grossi, you are a private jet.
We are flying economy and driving. That's what we're doing. It's gonna be a mix of rental cars and driving the cheapest plane ticket possible. So flying. But yeah, no, I'm pumped. It's gonna be really exciting. I started getting really excited about it Wednesday. Like when I announced that announcement video of kind of just like explaining all the details, it like yeah, this is gonna be good. Because I've left a lot of flexibility, because I think while it's good to have some things scheduled, you know, like whether it's like going to the stadium or like doing meetups, I think you're going to have the best moments happen when like nothing is scripted and you can be loose. And it's like, you know what, I'm going to go to the Space Needle, or I'm going to go like I think that's the best part, because we have the freedom to kind of go wherever we want. And, you know, that's how you find out about a city instead of just, you know, just doing the stuff by the numbers.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm insanely jealous. Like I've had this, what I want to do, and this is not to piggyback your idea, I've been conceptualizing this for a while, is one summer I just get into a camper van or an RV and go to every major league ballpark and just show up. I might even twist it where I start out with $1 and say, can I get to every major league ballpark on $1 and see what happens? But I'm still contemplating like how to do it, but that's going to be my thing, is all 32 major league ballparks.
That'd be dope. I mean, I think in terms of like just going forward too, it all is going to depend on, you know, what the response is for this, because I think it has the potential to be really big. And I think because it's every single fan base and it's really just like a highlighting of what makes the city / fan so awesome, that it can pick up momentum. And maybe like those teams who haven't gotten back to me or something like that, like maybe they see that momentum and it leads to cooler opportunities, which is why I'm kind of okay with not having things set in stone yet, because it allows for like, oh, the Commanders did get back to me. I'm going to be very honest. I'll like put it out into the public world right now. I really want to interview someone from the Commanders front office as Wildflower. Ooh. I want to do it so badly. And
please be either the new owner, Josh Harris, when he approves, or Jason Wright, the GM.
I want it so badly. So like, there's a few things that I'm like, I want to do this 100%.
You could also interview like a security guard and be like, hey, I'm a big fan.
If that doesn't work out, I also was like thinking like, let me find like some lonely like house rep or like council that interview a politician.
Interview the field at FedEx and be like, hey there.
Oh,
I hear you tear a lot of knees. How do you feel about that?
They did not do stadium tours at all.
That would not shock me. You get the sewage waterfall.
Yeah. It should be the 6th, I think, of June. The schedule is on YouTube and the schedule is on Twitter, but I'm pretty sure it's the 6th.
I think I'm not actually close to MetLife, so I was thinking that you would start with MetLife, but you're going big with Lambeau. But I am actually closest to FedEx, so I have to look at my schedule and everything. I think that's on 6/9, which is nice.
Yes, it is the 9th because Wildflower 6/9. Nice.
That's could be tough. I think my kid has a graduation party. I might be able to sneak up there.
Screw the graduation.
No, it's the next day on the 10th. So I'll just I should be able to sneak up there.
We got
during the day.
That's the other thing too, and like I didn't really announce this because I kind of want there to still be surprises. Like there are creators that are flying in like from other places to like go be like with their teams and stuff, and there's going to be some content affiliated with that. So I really wanted this to be kind of like a real representation of like the fans, the creators, and all that great stuff, and kind of just honestly just do like some really good stuff and just spread chaotic good and raise a lot of money and help businesses and just like make it some cool content. So
yeah,
why not? We got lots going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see about Minnesota. I hear really nice things about Minneapolis. I've never been. because that's where Satan lives. So,
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to make deals with the devil to get what you want.
That's where Satan lives. When does so we'll be trying to check in with you, I guess, as you're on these tours. I doubt that you'll have any access to. I mean, you might be able to check in on the phone during the week, but for the most part, I think we're gonna have to either look at some of your film and maybe replay that, or if you make us a little like film for us to like as a check-in, that would be nice.
The best part is there's gonna be so much content because the first video gets released a week from today. So June 1st, that's gonna be like when Green Bay, but I'm gonna be in Green Bay this Tuesday. And that's when filming is going to start because there's going to be a 2-day buffer. Wow. So you're going to see the stream for the in real life raid on Tuesday on YouTube. And I'm literally just going to keep streaming until somebody finds me. And then the first person who does, like, they get assigned something or like merch or something like that, depending on the city. That's crazy.
Are you going to do it by like clues that you're going to leave, or?
No, I'm literally just going to start streaming from a place and go, I'm here. Come find me.
What if someone recognizes you before you even start streaming and they're just like, I found you?
If they could find one person in the middle of a city, then hats off to them. But yeah, no, it's going to be pretty great. I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's also cool, like with the small businesses and kind of supporting them too. So
it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great. It really, really is going to be great.
Do you get recognized a lot now, Tom, when you go out?
When I go out, so I'm in New York. So it happens very rarely in New York. Green Bay, yes. Green Bay every time.
I feel like you wouldn't have privacy in Green Bay.
We had like a running joke. The first day that I was there 2 years ago, we went on a stadium tour. And I've done that stadium tour a million times, but I just love seeing Lambeau. So we would go on a stadium tour, and the people I was with were like, oh my God, are you Tom Grossi? Like as a joke during the tour. As soon as the tour is over, one of the guys from the front turns around and goes, wait, but are you really Tom Grossi? Like it was like just like that. So yeah, it's still a very weird feeling.
I actually had that happen to me in Boston when I was touring Fenway. Like the guy like asked me like, are you urinating tree? And I'm like, yeah. Because like it's just like it's a little startling because you don't expect it. I get it.
Yeah. Actually, go ahead.
I was just going to answer this. I'm not really worried per se, because I mean, as someone who is New York City's 45 minutes away from me, like there's places you go and then there's places you don't go. So, you know, it's kind of just be smart about it and call it a day.
So I'm playing on a men's league baseball team to like tune up for this game.
Sharpen your skills.
Yes. To stay sharp and be ready. And one of the guys at practice was just insisting. He's like, what do you do, man? I was like, he's like, you're an engineer. I was like, nah, I'm not going to tell you. And he's like, you're an architect. I was like, no, I'm not going to tell you. He's like, yeah, he just kept naming all, he's like, you're an accountant, like all these nerdy positions. And then he was like, I was like, all right, you're close. He's like, whatever, dude. He's like, you're not cool. I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm a YouTuber and I make like stadium videos. He goes, you're 5 Points vids, aren't you? And I
was like, that's how they do it, man.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
Yeah. And I guess he was just trying to
get me to try and slowly.
I think he knew.
It's like I've had that happen too. It's like
he knew who I was.
Exactly.
Someone recognized me outside my house a few weeks ago. Like I was just walking my dog and like a car just like slammed on their brakes. And they were like, are you Tom Grossi? And I was like, hey. And he's like, wait, really? I was like, hey. And he's like, awesome. I was like, really nice to meet you. He's like, yeah. And then he sped off.
That sounds like something from a comedy movie.
I do have to ask you, this is not related to anything that we're talking about. So this article came out a while ago that said that some people on the LA club comedian scene could make $1,000 a week. How much does a comedian make like that? Okay. I would answer. I would assume like at the lowest level, like open mics, nothing, right? You're paying for time at that level.
All right. It depends on it. All right. I can go through like the
levels. Give me the levels, because I want to get to the highest level and figure out how much, like when someone sells a theater out, how much they're making versus.
So I actually know, because I know I've either worked with those comedians or I know people who like have or know those comedians. So it depends. So when you first start, you are doing a couple of things. One, you could do something called bringer shows, which are like the cancer of stand-up comedy, but they take advantage of really young comedians. A bringer show is you have, very little material. Maybe you have 5 minutes, and honestly, like you can suck. But if you want, you can perform at some of the biggest comedy clubs in New York City, the Carolines, New York Comedy Club, right? You could do Gotham if you want. All you need to do is bring a certain amount of people. So you can bring there's like 5, 10, 15, 20 show bringers. And the reason they have you do that is because they don't care if you suck, because they get like real comedians.
Okay.
And they put you in between them. And your friends and family who you dragged out have to pay the ticket and a 2-drink minimum, because 2-drink minimum is at like every comedy club ever. And so that's going to cost them like $60 in the city. Mm-hmm. And then they see you for 5 minutes and that's it. So that's
that explains. One time I was in Times Square just walking around and some guy was like, "Hey, do you like comedy?" I was like, "Of course I like comedy." Like nobody, he's like, "Yeah, I'm doing a show tonight and like it'd be great." And I was like, he was like 22 or something. I was
so those are called barkers. So barkers, literally they usually have a deal with the club, and they will potentially be allowed on a show at like 2 a.m. or midnight if people show up and go, "Hey, Jimmy, recommended me," then they'll let you go on. So they stand out all day. They do not get paid, by the way, for maybe 5 minutes on a late show. So that's like round.
So what do you? Right, that's the dues right there. They're getting paid. So what does someone get for a bringer show?
So nothing. You don't get paid for a bringer show.
You get nothing. So you bring the audience, but you get nothing.
Correct, because you are so crappy and low and terrible. You have no name, you have no audience or anything like that. You're not you will just not be allowed. I have seen people do bringer shows, and like it was a 10-person bringer, and they brought 8 people, and those 8 people still paid, and they did not allow that comic on the stage.
Oh my god!
So they made hundreds of dollars off the audience, and they still didn't allow them to go on. So there's that. I did one bringer show in my entire, because I didn't know. I just didn't know how.
You're naive. You wanted time, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I could do Carolines, and 30 people showed up for me. Because this was back in the day. And I was like, okay, it's before YouTube and everything. And I was like, oh, this is great. And I actually did well. And because it was a really packed room, and it just wasn't people that I brought. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I went to the person, the booker, and she was like, that was really good. I was like, awesome. Maybe I could do some more shows here. She's like, yeah, if you bring more people. And I was like, nope. I was like, done. I was like, because I just gave you thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
right?
They don't care.
They don't care. So that's level 1. Then level 2, it could depend. Usually you're still going up and doing spots. You're likely not going to make money though. So it's you go from having to bring people to you've been doing it for a year, maybe 2 years, and then you'll start potentially getting spots. Or you meet a booker that you kind of get along with, and maybe they'll throw you a bone at a 2 a.m. slot. To be where this story is going to go, it takes about 10 years to actually be a successful comedian in terms of just you go the traditional route. And that is years of not getting paid. That is years of just grinding and going into the city, doing open mics and all this stuff. Because they will also say, hey, these shows, there will be talent agents there. They're not. There's no
right. They're the talent. Right.
Yeah, they completely just don't do that.
The thing with talent shows is they'll find you. You don't find them.
So then again, that's one route. So if you just want to keep going into the city, like a New York City or LA, you just do it repetition over and over and over and over and over again for years. And then if you're good, maybe you'll start getting paid. And that's a big maybe. And it's going to be maybe $20. It's not going to, John, boop, boop. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for the hundo.
Boom. Just $100 in euros. That's more than 100.
Look at that. Look at that exchange rate right there.
Hey, euros. There's the euros. All right. So my question is so then there's the clubs, right? Where you're making $20. Then there's
you make $20. And that's if you are kind of an opener. Because there's usually host feature, and headline spot. Those are usually the 3 spots that get paid money. There's also
Okay.
like the check spot, which is the worst spot to be in. The check spot's usually like a 5 to 8 minute, and it's literally when everyone's getting their checks, so they're not paying attention because because they do that intentionally. They put comics up there that they don't really care about because they know people are going to be pissed because their bill is going to be higher than they anticipate because they're
so they're not laughing at all.
Correct.
Yeah,
and then to make them feel good again, they bring on the headliner. So
gotcha.
It's literally a science that they have down. So you keep going, like, let's just say you're year 5. And again, this is the traditional route. You could also apply. I forget what it's called. Now, but there's a thing you could apply to and do the college circuit. You can make a lot more money.
That's
there.
where the money is. Yeah.
You have to apply to be there. You have to usually be very, very clean, and you can make like $5,000 a show. Like you can.
Wow.
But there's an application thing. You usually have to be doing it for years, and it's really difficult to get into. And once you do get into it, you're kind of locked into it too, because you're removing yourself from being a city comedian in LA or NYC. And now you're going across the country. So now you're not going to like kind of meet new comedians and like make those connections, but you're going to make decent money. So there's that. Then after a while, like you want to go like the tippy top. If you start to become a headliner, in a club, you usually get paid like $100, maybe $150 a show. If you're in the city, if you start going downstate, so like Westchester, if you know bookers who come out, like maybe you get a few $100 a show, like maybe like $350, something like that for a spot. And then if you go like way, way up, like let's just say you become like really, really big and you start selling out like theaters, it depends on how you do it. So many of them are going to have agents, so they're going to take a cut, and you're basically just like leasing the theater that you're in. There's also some comedians that literally just buy out the theater and go, okay, I'm going to make money on everything that we do here.
Wow.
A lot of comedians do it that way. And that's when you could start getting like insane amount of money. Like the really, really successful guys, like you've seen millions and millions of dollars get thrown at like Dave Chappelle and things like that. But for a traditional like theater show, you could be looking at 6 figures depending on what you did to get there. Like if you bought out the entire
for one
theater,
show,
if you sell it out, and like if let's just say it's like Madison Square Garden, like after all of like the payments and the crew and all that stuff, if you bought it out and you sold out that show and like set the ticket prices, yeah, you can make like a few $100,000 if you're like super duper famous.
What about someone like you've heard of like the Funny Bone or like a comedy club where they'll have comedians from out of town, or they'll have a headliner. Are those guys making like $250 or something?
So
like
the Funny Bone is a chain of comedy clubs, and they basically like if you're a traveling comic, you can, if you get in with them, like, you know, or if you have an agent or a booker, like you can work it through that way. But yeah, you usually get paid a couple $100.
What about something like Second City? Like, is that a little higher?
So you're talking about improv? So like improv, usually you're paying them to perform.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, because they host UCB, which closed down in the city, and I did a bunch of shows with them before they closed down. UCB, like you had to pay to take classes, and then they would have like the end of the year shows, and then you'd pay to take the next level course, and then maybe you would graduate and you'd be allowed on like the actual roster, but still you're making almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow, this was very educational. I had no idea that the
it's
making money.
It's a gauntlet.
Any industry is a grind, man. I mean, media is the same way.
But that was honestly like that whole explanation that I just gave you is one of the reasons why I went to YouTube, because I was doing stand up and I started making like decent money because I was hosting, like I had my own show at a venue just because I knew the person. I said, hey, I literally can put on a show for you every week. So they said, okay. And I got paid a few $100 and it was great. King Andrew. Boop, boop. Thank you for the hundo, buddy. Appreciate you.
The new traditions here. Boop, boop.
Let's go.
And Fetty for the kitty. He's been doing that for a while, dude.
Fetty for the kitty. That's right.
That's why
well, you haven't been doing. You don't always do it on. You don't always do it on this show. You know.
Yeah, I usually don't get hundo unless like if I got like a 5 hundo or whatever, like I do the whole thing.
Yeah,
like,
I start thinking punishment too, because I think we know who's winning today.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I feel like it should be a punishment related to his 30 for 30. He should have to do something in maybe Green Bay.
30 and 30. I don't want to get sued. It's 30 and 30. It's not 30.
Sorry.
I don't want to get sued by ESPN. Please don't hurt me, Daddy McAfee.
Sorry, I misunderstood. That's miscommunication. That was not me. But I will say that it should be something related to that this time, because I don't think a direct punishment related to clickbait is going to really fly, and I don't think it's really.
Well, why don't
I mean?
Well, Tree, I mean, you know Pittsburgh really well. Why doesn't it become a Pittsburgh punishment? Like, what's something
make him eat a
that's,
Pittsburgher?
Is that really punishment? I mean, he's a vegan though, so I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Make
it's
him
not
drink
gonna
Iron
fly.
City.
Iron. I'm trying to think.
What's something that would be punishing in Pittsburgh for him to do?
You have to go work a coal mine for a day.
No,
You
coal
go
mine's
get
not gonna
black
work.
lung. You have to
trying to
contract
think,
black
like,
lung.
Tom like has irreversible like.
You have to go to a
lifelong health
forgery
problems.
instead with your free time. You have to go tour a forgery and go see the steel getting poured.
A forge.
Yeah.
I mean, we could.
You get to experience the Squirrel Hill Tunnel traffic. There's
Ooh,
your
make Tom
punishment.
attend a baseball game. You're not gonna have time like that, are you? You're
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
be
think
like,
I'm gonna have time.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem. I'm gonna be driving. If it's under 4 hours, I'm driving, and if it's over, I'm flying. So I think it's only like 11 flights that I'm doing. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm like getting in, going, and that's it.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to leave the night of, and then sometimes it's gonna be like super early in the morning. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could also just like down a Yingling when I'm there. No, is Yingling popular in
Tom,
Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Tom.
Yingling is very popular. It's actually a decent
Yingling.
brew.
Mhm.
Oh, I know. I listen. That was my college beer of choice. I've been to
Oh,
their
yeah.
brewery too. Oldest brewery in America. Let's go, baby.
Mhm. Yeah, baby.
So, are we saying that
There's
we're
some
done?
good craft brew in Pittsburgh, so I will say that.
Hell yeah! Honestly like one of the things I'm most excited about. I can't wait for food. Like I cannot wait for food. I can't wait for beers. Like it's gonna be
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, you might gain a couple 100 pounds. You know.
I
mean,
might-
you'll
I'm gonna be
look like
walking
me.
all day. Like I'm gonna be walking all day.
Yeah, but
So,
even then, it's like the food and the drink that still adds up, brother.
I'll tell
I'm
you
gonna
this.
lose all those calories when I'm in Florida in June, and when I'm in a unitard. If we hit
I used,
day, so.
I used to travel a lot for work, and I would just wake up in some city, and like you do tend to get unhealthy when you're on the road.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
tough. Like
It's hard to
to
find
get
a
into
gym.
gym. Yeah, like hotel gyms. Like if you want to work out, you're working out on your gym floor, and you're also exhausted, or your hotel room floor. You're also exhausted, and
Yeah.
you're just like I'm just gonna eat Chinese food and be a fat POS.
Hotel gyms are limited too. I mean,
Yeah,
unless you have like a
never have
universal
free
pass to like a Planet Fitness or an LA Fitness or Gold's Gym or something like that, it's very tough to find a place.
No.
Well,
Well,
Marty jumping off a building. We'll figure it out after. Yeah, what do we got left? Is that it? Or want to talk
I
about what we
think
got
so.
coming out?
Yeah, we can do a final countdown, the final one before you go on your
before Tom
great
is sent
journey
off.
across America.
Yep.
That's it, baby.
To this, we salute you.
Counting down, baby. Yeah. That's right, baby.
Get it.
30 and 30.
Get it hard.
Here we go now. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 4. I just realized I count a little too fast. Sorry, I didn't realize that
Messing
I
up.
just realized
Dude, the speed of this thing changes every
it does.
single
It
week.
really
And it's annoying
comes
because
at
I
you.
don't know how you really do cadence. It just
Yeah.
messes up on you and you have issues with your thing. I made $72, so I'm happy I did.
I made $21.98. We know who the winner is.
Yeah.
$349.90 today.
I think
Oh.
Tom should have to do shots with Tree when he's in Pittsburgh.
Done.
Jägermeister.
Done. Done.
Or
Trees
Okay.
shots.
shots of Tree.
Okay, yeah, let's do shots. Why not?
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep,
Done.
But they're on Tom though. You have to pay for them. Tom.
Oh, I'll pay for them.
Yes.
It's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that.
I'll pay for them. That's fine.
I just got to be
That's
able to make sure I can drive. That's
We
all.
got some
They
last minute.
Connecticut ain't got no NFL team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They
there's
were-
a
they were
trip. I mean,
scheduled
if
to
you ever
have
go
one.
like New Haven, like they have some really good pizza down there.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, I know. I'm pretty close to Connecticut. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. Listen, listen. That'd be such great content. Just us doing shots. Done. Easy.
Oh, dude,
Easy.
Drunk Tree and Tom at the same time.
Let's
it
go.
would, the
Fine, what do you
content would be huge. It'd be huge.
Huge.
content.
Edge. Tree. 5. What do you got coming out?
I already uploaded today the NFL's most scripted moments. I actually took moments like Jerome Bettis winning in Detroit, things like that, and put a little context to all that. Just explain, the writer's motivation and the very good plot twist that they included, and you know,
Mhm.
because we all know that the NFL scripted, it's rigged.
Oh yes,
So
yes. Oh,
this whole thing with you, Tom, is rigged too. It's part of the.
Oh yeah,
season.
it's perfectly scripted. I know
yeah,
how this is.
I'm a little
Wait, if it's
jealous.
scripted, does that mean
all
the NFL's
scripted,
paying
all
for it?
scripted.
That'd be great. I would like to
Yeah.
not pay for it. That'd be wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, like when Tom goes to Green Bay, all scripted, everything's
Yep.
scripted.
Honestly, it would have made this last 5 months really easy. So that would have been nice.
Right.
If they would just give you a copy of the script.
Yeah, here you go, Tom. Done. Listen, reaction videos, I could get them done in July. It'd be so
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Just have them in
Right.
the queue.
Tree, what do you got coming out, bud?
Well, I just released Congrats Canes, and I've got 2 videos coming out in the next week: Haters Guide to the Stanley Cup and Haters Guide to the NBA Finals.
As always do.
There you go,
When
baby.
those end, of course. So those will be whenever in due time.
There you go.
Mhm.
I got Cardinals reaction to the season coming out, and then tomorrow the final one is coming out. The Pittsburgh Steelers to
Ooh.
finally end it. I will have gone through all 32 teams just in time for 30 and 30.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
it, baby. That's it.
Awesome.
But gents, enjoy. I will check in when I can.
Absolutely.
Folks, thank you so much for watching Clickbait Sports. Goodbye.
Peace out,
See
yo.
ya.